here's how I cleared my skin as an Asian guy. I used to have pretty shitty skin with lots of acne and redness. I'd even tried like tracking my skin progress by counting the number of new pimples I'd have every single day, just as a way to like quantify it. And at one point I'd have like 5 to 7 new pimples every single day. It was pretty bad, and I'd almost like lost hope, and I'd like think to myself, there's no way I'm gonna get like BTS Jungkook glass skin if I have like 5 new pimples every single day. But thankfully my skin is better now, and here is how I improved it. Now, when someone talks about improving their skin, your mind probably immediately goes to skincare products like AHA, BHA, retinol, vitamin C, whatever. And I personally have spent hundreds, if not like thousands, just on skincare products over the past few years. Now, the thing about that is skincare products aren't what is going to improve your skin. And that's not to say that some ingredients won't help improve your skin, but I want you to take a step back and think about the bigger picture. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and it plays a really big role in detoxification. And so most of the problems on your skin actually stem from problems like inside your body. In fact, look at this guy. He's known as like the world's dirtiest man or whatever, and he's that one guy who got famous for not showering in like 50 years. He's probably like a CS major, and therefore he probably also hasn't like washed his face, right? And if you just like zoom in on his picture and just like look at his face and his skin is like pretty clear despite like the massive amounts of dirt that he has like caked on his face. And like I want you to really think about it. Do you think most people from like more than even just 100 years ago use skincare? Like think about it. Do you think like fucking Napoleon Bonaparte would be like in the middle of a military strategy meeting and the clock would hit 11 p.m. and he'd say, hold up guys, I have to go do my nighttime skincare routine and put on my like Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliating toner? Like fuck no. Most of the problems on your skin stem from problems inside of your body. And so the way to kind of make a big impact in solving your skin issues are by solving the issues in the inside of your body. There are 3 kind of non-negotiable fundamentals that you pretty much have to do consistently. And these are 1, eating nutritious whole unprocessed foods and not eating any like processed garbage. 2, exercising regularly and also sweating a lot because sweating really helps with detoxification. And 3, sleeping well. Now, extra emphasis on number 1, eating nutritious whole unprocessed foods, because this affects your gut health. And your gut health and your skin are linked by what's called the gut-skin axis. Essentially, when your gut health is bad, this causes inflammation, which can appear on the skin as acne and other skin issues. And so you want to eat nutritious whole foods in order to maintain good gut health and therefore help with good skin health. If you spent like years eating junk food and processed garbage and your gut health is just like not that good, it'll probably take a good amount of time to rebalance your gut and to kind of like restore your gut health to like full capacity. Now, with that being said, there are a few things you can do to really improve your gut health and kind of speed up this process. And the first one is to eat more raw carrots. Now, I don't know what it is about carrots, but they just have a lot of really good gut health benefits. They're antimicrobial, so when you eat raw carrots and you chew them up pretty well and they kind of pass through your gut, they can bind a lot of like toxins and help you detox like a lot quicker that way. And so I try to make it a habit to just munch on raw carrots between meals. Similarly, well-cooked mushrooms as well as coconut oil also have pretty similar effects, and just kind of incorporating all 3 of these things will really improve your gut health. Next up is to eat a lot of collagen and a lot of gelatin. And this is really powerful for 2 reasons actually. 1, because your skin and your hair and your nails as well are made up of collagen and gelatin, and eating a lot of collagen will kind of directly improve your skin health and your hair health and your like nail health or whatever, right? It's especially good for your skin because it speeds up regeneration, it improves your skin's hydration, it also improves like the elasticity and thickness, and just has a lot of kind of like direct benefits for your skin. But the kind of secondary effect is that it's also really good for your gut lining, which again has a very big impact on your skin health as well, right? Because collagen is kind of what like the gut lining is made up. You really want to increase your daily dose of it and make it a habit to eat more collagen. And my favorite ways to do this are to get this like Vital Proteins like chocolate collagen powder and just mix a scoop of this into my morning coffee every single day. And so that's just like an immediate like 20 grams of collagen every single day. You also want to eat more pho. Like I recently have become such a big fan of pho just because I think it's like the perfect, most anabolic, most healthy food like in the world. And one of the reasons is because it has a lot of collagen, because the broth is bone broth, which is made from stewing bones and other like parts of the animal. And so that helps kind of like infuse a lot of the collagen into the broth. Pho also usually has the option to come with tripe and tendon as well, which are also both very collagenous, and like eating all this will just increase your collagen intake a lot. In a kind of similar vein, eat more skin on chicken as well, because chicken skin also has a lot of collagen. And finally, I like to make this very easy like gelatin gummy recipe, which is literally just made from like this gelatin powder that I buy on Amazon, as well as fruit juice of your choice and some honey, all of which are like very good for you, right? And I kind of just snack on these throughout the day. Eating more collagen is just really good for you. Now, if you also like pho, you should buy my course. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. I'm actually in the process of building a program where I kind of distill my experiences in going from this to this. Essentially, the idea is that in order to go from this to this, you really need to focus on improving your facial attractiveness, including your hair, your physique, as well as your fashion. And so I'll go into a lot of details in these topics in this program to help you go from this to this. And if that's interesting to you, you'll find more about that in the description below. And I think now is actually like one of the best times to buy because it's the cheapest it will ever be, because it's still in pre-sale, which means I'm still in the process of making it. So if you buy right now, you'll get it for 50% off. Once the program is finished, it will no longer be 50% off and it'll go back to the original price, and it'll probably increase in price depending on how many people joined it. So if you want to go from this to this, get in now. But if you still can't afford it, then no worries, I'll still be making free videos like this to try and help you out as much as possible. So if you think this video is helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. In a similar vein to eating more collagen, you also want to eat more vitamin C. Vitamin C has a lot of direct benefits for your skin as well, but it also helps your body kind of like synthesize more collagen. And so it's like another one of those things that has like multiple levels of benefits for your body. It also kind of improves hydration, especially if you drink a lot of orange juice, which I currently drink a lot of orange juice, so I'd heavily recommend that as well. Next, you want to eat a lot of fermented and probiotic rich foods such as kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles, and yogurt. These have a lot of good gut healthy like probiotic bacteria that will really just improve the biodiversity of the bacteria in your gut, which is a good thing. And so I try and eat some sort of pickled vegetable like kimchi before every single meal as kind of like an appetizer. And I also try to eat or drink a good amount of yogurt before bed every single night. And that's usually in the form of like a yogurt bowl, or maybe I'll have some like yogurt drink like kefir, or maybe just like a thinner yogurt, whatever. Now, there are also a few supplements that I think have also done a good job in helping repair my gut. And one of the biggest impact things that I've really noticed difference for is this supplement called L-glutamine. Apparently this is good for just like repairing the gut lining, especially if you like take it on an empty stomach every morning. And this improves your gut health because like if your gut lining is improved and not compromised, then any like toxins won't really go into your bloodstream, and so therefore it will decrease the amount of acne that you have. I just use this one from Nutricost, I think it is. Next, I also use milk thistle. Now this is more for improving your liver health and improving, I think it's like your liver's capability to improve like the detoxification capabilities of your liver. Now your liver is like the primary detoxification organ of your body, and so if it's like overloaded with too many toxins, or like your liver isn't that good so it can't deal with that many toxins, then these toxins will kind of like spread out through other parts of your body, including your skin, which will appear as acne. A lot of this is really just minimizing the toxins going into your body while maximizing the toxins going out of your body. Now that's a lot about kind of improving your internal systems and the health of your internal systems. For your actual skin itself, and kind of going back to skincare, your priority should be keeping your skin hydrated. And this means if you already have a pre-existing routine, you want to kind of like minimize this and simplify it as much as possible. There are a few things that I've noticed in my like years of using skincare, and one is if I'm using too many actives like an AHA, a BHA, a retinol, whatever, all these things will kind of like irritate and inflame my skin and kind of like destroy my skin barrier, and this in itself would kind of just like cause acne to like appear on my face. Now having hydrated skin really does help your skin, and I really noticed this especially when I'm in more like humid environments. For example, when I was in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, it's quite humid and hot there, and so I was sweating a lot, and I think my skin was like the best that it ever was compared to when I was in like a place like Beijing, which is like cold and dry and just like not humid at all. And so it's really good to keep your skin hydrated. Next, there are still a few skincare actives that kind of have like more of an impact in improving your skin than like anything else. And these are also kind of backed up by Brian Johnson, like the fucking Venmo billionaire. You've probably like heard of him by now. Essentially, these are tretinoin and vitamin C. And so if there's any skincare active to kind of like keep in your skincare routine, it's probably one of these two. Now, with that being said, I did kind of go on like a tirade earlier of how like skincare products aren't what's going to improve your skin. And I think there's kind of like nuance to both, where a lot of skincare products also come with like a good amount of toxins as well, whether that be through the kind of like plastic containers that they come in, or the like fillers that like are in these skincare products that like give it like its texture or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of stuff in skincare products that aren't necessarily good for your skin or for your body. And so skincare products are kind of like a double-edged sword like that, where like the active ingredient in itself will probably maybe improve your skin, but it also comes with like a lot of like bad ingredients, right? And so this kind of just goes back to like improving your detoxification capabilities and like decreasing the amount of toxins into your body. Now I think the kind of best case scenario is to either like just be built different, like those guys who wash their like skin with a bar of soap and nothing else and have clear skin, or to use skincare products that have like minimal toxins. And I think these are the more like kind of natural remedies for skincare, so things like maybe beef tallow or just like other kind of like natural oils. Now because you've probably been using like regular skincare for such a long time, directly switching over will probably cause some like purging or like outbreaks or like some like adjustment period. The first time I tried switching over to beef tallow, I like broke out like a motherfucker, and now I'm kind of just like slowly adjusting, and I think it's been helping. And I think kind of making this transition does seem to be the best case like scenario, just because these are the skincare products that have like the least amount of of toxins. Finally, you want to get sunlight. Now this might seem counterintuitive because like a lot of people say like, oh, like sunlight is what like makes you age and can give you skin cancer or whatever. And I think this is true, but only if you kind of go overboard and get excess sunlight to the point where you get like a sunburn, right? Regular sun exposure during like non-peak hours, so like before 11 a.m. and after 4 p.m. is actually really good for your skin and just for your health in general. There's a lot of skin benefits to getting sunlight in that the process of your skin converting sunlight into the vitamin D that your body can use is really important because like you need vitamin D first of all, but also this kind of like process has some like side effects that really benefit your skin. One of these being more nitric oxide, which really helps with blood flow, which helps with like skin healing and stuff. UV rays are also kind of antibacterial and can kill some of like the acne causing bacteria on your skin. This also kind of goes in line with myself and like a lot of other people's experiences. In fact, in the past I played a lot of ultimate frisbee, and we'd have tournaments that are on weekends, so on Saturday and Sunday, where we'd be playing for like the whole day basically. And so that's like a lot of sun exposure, and on these days my skin would probably be looking like the best that it would be looking out of like any other situation. People also seem to find that whenever they go to the beach or just like a beach town in general, their skin just like improves a lot. And this is probably for multiple factors. One being like the extra sunlight that you'll be getting, and two being that like you're probably also going into the beach water and with also like the beach air and everything, where like seawater is also kind of antimicrobial, and that also helps with like killing acne bacteria and stuff, right? And so essentially you want to get a good amount of sunlight on your skin every single day. Just like don't overdo it to the point of getting like a fat sunburn, right? So that's all for this video. That's how I essentially have been improving my skin since like this picture right here. I hope you thought this was helpful, and thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.